Hi, I'm Chris Kerfoot, owner-operator of Chris Kerfoot Painter and Decorator here in Hornsey, East Yorkshire. In this video we're going to show you the simple steps that can get you these rotten gables looking as good as new if you follow the right steps using the epoxy repair resins. Now we're diddling. What we're on with today, we can do some timber repairs on this gable either side. I'll show you where it's gone in a minute. While we've got the scaffold up here, you're not on the ladder doing it this, we've got the scaffold up here doing it right for the customer while we're at it. I'll show you this bit here. This bottom leg's gone altogether, so we've got replacement. It's going to go up, I'll show you about that in a bit. It's going to go up there. Pre-marked out, spliced, made a marking line there so we can splice a piece out and fix this back. And on this side, marked it there because there's a big chunk of rock there. I'll pull that out. Even if you put some wooden plugs in to strengthen it and use less resin, you're going to be using about 100 quid worth of resin, where it's cheaper to splice a new piece of timber in and tidy it up and prep it properly. The rest of the gable, have all the paint removed, and then it's going to get preservative on, fill the little shakes with KRSF before we do additional prep and finally get it finished. But what I see a common problem is, or a common fault a lot of people is, the 10mm gap out, bag the resin in and think it's done it. You've got to paint off around the edge. So that lot's painted, conservation in. See this house, because it gets the heat all day. Sun comes behind me when it's normally out. Blowy house today. It's normally out here from 10 o'clock till I'd say a good 5 o'clock. And out and flaked. You get failed with it because it just on top. A bit similar to when you go into an house and they've plastered patched the door up and they've plastered onto existing wallpaper. It's just rough, it's not great, and it's not the best practice. So just to reiterate, chop that out, chop that one off, replace it with some fresh timber, pull the shakes with the repair care, but first and foremost we need to get all the paint off, existing paint off, and see what we're dealing with. So where we're at now, we're back. Chop the rock mold out. Taking the defective paint off. Not a big believer in removing all the paint, just where it's faulty. Removing all the paint might look cool for the Instagram and your socials, but to me, you're not doing yourself any favours with paint for 3 reasons: preservation, sanitation and decoration. If you're sanding it off and it's sound, you're just doing no favours. You're taking a good sound surface off and you're robbing money off yourself because you're spending more time than needed when you've got solid surface to start with. So we've took it off where it needs to be. Back of these are aluminium primed. The front isn't. Might be obvious for some, but it's not for others. Aluminium primer, if you don't know, it's self-leafing. So if you imagine leaves coming off a tree, falling on the floor, they overlap like this. And that's how you get your sealed surface, stops water getting in because it's self-leafing. This side, they go in like that. And this one goes in here, that we've trimmed down again. That edge going up to the tiles, that edge going to the back, like that. We'll screw it there, screw it in multiple points down there into the timber, and then what we're going to do in a minute, we're going to use the repair care liquid on that end, the open end grain. Go and have some pack up or a sandwich if you're not from Yorkshire. And then we're going to come back, fix these, screw them, and then butter the joints up like you would with mortar. We'll butter the joints up, fix them up and let them dry overnight, because we're using the Repair Care 16, because I took a chance it might be sunny and I didn't want it drying too rapid, whereas today it's quite windy, so I'd have been alright with Repair Care 4. But again, backs and where it touches the overhanging tiles, it's done an aluminium primer, stop water coming through from back, impregnating it and causing rot. The front we don't, because it's self-leafing. we're using over the top, we're using Dulux Weather Shield system, which is MVP, moisture vapor permeable. Get that right, moisture vapor permeable. Lets moisture out from the timber but not in. You put aluminium primer on it, moisture does happen to get in anyway, it'll blow the primer and take the top coat with it. So you want it to let the moisture out. So if you're aluminium primer the outside, to me, you're voiding any warranty and you're going to make it harder for the paint to stick. So what we'll do, we'll repair care it, sand it over tomorrow to take the shininess off the repair care so the paint adheres, and then we'll apply the appropriate Weather Shield preservative before we apply repair care SF to all the shakes. Then we'll sand, prime, sand again, any minor irregularities we'll fill again, and then we will sand, undercoat, sand, gloss, gloss. So we'll crack on for now. So done liquid resin, as we said earlier, let it dry, 20 minutes minimum. It's had about an hour. When I had some pack up in my van, come back out, seal gutters up, so cast gutters, seal them on joints, so with gutter sealer, so they're dry enough to paint again tomorrow. So it's had an hour. Next step, crack on, get some repair care 16 resin mixed. Like I said earlier, I thought I'd gone for the 4, and then I went for the 16 because I thought it's been a bit warmer late. So I thought I'd go for the 16, gives me a bit more playing time. I'm not in no rush, I'm here for a couple of weeks, I'm in no rush to get it hardened up and painted. Wind's going up a bit, so we're going to crack on. Actually, a lot's drone earlier, I'll spin it round, there's a tree behind here, sent drone up earlier to get an aerial shot. Wind caught it, 'cause it looked like out above 18 miles an hour and took into the tree earlier just down there. I had to go and beat it out. Luckily it has voice navigation that keeps telling you until battery runs out where it is, so I can find it. But mixed ollie and whatever tree there, got ladder up there about 20 foot up, roller pole beating it out at tree, but it's all good, we've got it. So aluminium to the back. Right, so just going to prise it forward a bit so it's more level. Tell you what I'll do, put a couple of me kangaroo pouch on my jumper, guaranteed it's one of them things they'll get up ladder and drop it. Same as, I always like to do, same as sandpaper. Always have a couple of bits cut for manual sanding behind back, so a couple of bits cut, you can guarantee you've got one. So get that in there. Old scraper behind, ties it out so it's about flush where it needs to be. There we go. Chemical tool tapping it in. Then what we're going to do is get them buttered up. Scroll that in there tomorrow. bit on that top edge where it sits, and then we'll get some more paint after. So, again, like we said, alley it back, stop moisture coming through. Got the screw in end there. Again, dropped another one. Those look. I'll pick them up before we knock off. Nothing else, like matter of fact. Please drill holes here just so we're not faffing when we're ready. Sure, not one we're going over at the top. Nearer. Got a sheep rabbit. Bottom step. That lovely job. My old boss used to say, tighter than a camel's backside in a sandstorm. Just double check. Yeah, that's good. Filled. Lows left, as always. Good to go. That's good to go. That's done. Tap that off it morning. Probably just a bit more. The other one. Like I say, you could go for hours with this. More there, hold that on. Pain to get in because gutters. Please, some airs around it. Get it in. Job's a carrot. So, next step in the process. Got it all resined up yesterday before we left. Got the RO90 out. What we're going to do now is just buzz over these, take the shininess off the top layer, so the painted ears, and start with 60, get it something like quite twisted there, same at that end, then buzz over with the 80, and then just quick finish up with the 120 to get it nice and smooth, and then we can get some repair KSF. Not a few shakes there, see part of this. Up on camera, a fair bit of a shake there, small little shakes in this. Get some repair KSF in them. Not the only job I'm doing not doing the windows, just doing the fascia soffit and gutter all the way around. So the other three sides I'll keep off this side because I don't want dust blowing on it. So doing the black gloss, the other three sides, come back later in the day, or come round later in the day, sand the SF down, dust it off, and then before we leave tonight, get a coat of preservative on so it's ready for first prime on Monday, and then we can get the black done either side end of today, and then get this sanded Monday, get it primed, any minor shakes done again, second fill, sanded is another thing, and then get it glossed up while we're off onto the bottom floor. So, music as always, music makes the world go round. resin's now keyed up for a nice adhesion on subsequent top coats. There is other resins out there that do sand easier. This one, particularly I'm using Repair Care, it's a bit harder to sand, but it forms better, whereas the other brand, Timber Build, it does sand easier, but I find it's harder to shape it and form it, so it's a trade-off. Which do you prefer? Certain jobs, certain ones. But now we're all done, I'm going to give it a dust off, go and mix some Repair Care SF up, fill the sheets, let it dry while we go and have a sandwich, and then we'll crack on with glossing while that dries. Then pop that paint today, and we've done that other side, get the SF rubbed down, dusted off, and some preservative on it. Now then, so back again, SF's dried, we're just going to get the Rotex again, give it a sand off. Again, should be 60s, probably 80s. Polish it off with 120, give it nice and smart like. Again, pack up, blotting that other side out to wake up dust. Come back, before we go today, we're going to get a coat of preservative on it so it protects it to a degree over the weekend. If you followed all those steps, you should have a nice finish looking like this. It's going to last for years to come.